For I can see that in the midst of death, life persists. In the midst of untruth, truth persists. In the midst of darkness, light persists. Hence I gather that God is life, truth, light. He is love. He is the supreme good.
Good afternoon, class. Today is with great honor to pay tribute to the one and only Mohandas Karachman Gandhi, known to many followers with the deserved title Mahatma, meaning the great-souled one. A man that dedicated his life to shift our thoughts to think. An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind. His nonviolent philosophy made an impressive impact at the time and continues to influence generations. He would say, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. This philosophy makes him the father to passive resistance. Gandhi's genuine qualities and ascetic lifestyle created the leading figure during India's struggle to gain independence from Great Britain. During a time of war and violence overtaking humanity, Gandhi confidently led a non-violent, non-cooperation campaign for home rule. He always stressed the importance of economic independence for India. Gandhi's eloquence and embrace of a lifestyle based on prayer, fasting, and meditation earned him the reverence of his followers. He is a man that influenced other legendary leaders such as Martin Luther King. We must appreciate and continue to remember Gandhi's relentless dedication toward peace between the Hindu and Muslim. We must reflect these attitudes now towards, more importantly, the peace between humanity. The world was blessed with the legendary compassion Gandhi demonstrated during his lifetime. It is our responsibility to reflect these qualities to the best of our abilities in order to create the world we all desire. These unique characteristics embodied within the great-souled one will continue to be admired around the world for generations to come despite his tragic death. Firstly, I'd like to pay tribute to Gandhi's determination to devote himself to fighting the deep disease of color prejudice. When Gandhi first arrived in South Africa, he was shocked by the discrimination he experienced as an Indian. In June of 1893, after being thrown off a train because he refused to move from his first class seat, even though he had a purchased ticket, this event convinced Gandhi that things must change. And it converted this small, underestimated man into the giant force for civil rights we know of today. So in 1894, he formed the Natal Indian Congress to fight discrimination in South Africa. He led the fight against legislations preventing Indians from voting, the fight to recognize Hindu marriages. After years of protests and being himself arrested on several occasions, they finally succeeded in 1913. Gandhi led by example. He had no concern for getting arrested. I get chills thinking about his bravery and his famous quote, "You can chain me, you can torture me, you can even destroy this body, but you will never imprison my mind." Secondly, I like to pay tribute for Gandhi's fight for Indian liberation from the British. He initiated a constructive program for social reforms. Gandhi led the protest of salt laws and the monopoly the British had in the production and sale of salt, which deprived the Indians. Gandhi led this rebellion adopting the Sataranga and Amisma philosophies, Sanskrit for effort for the truth and non-violence, which led to the Indian Independence Act of 1947. Thirdly, but most definitely not lastly, I would like to pay tribute to Gandhi's dedication to promote peace between the Hindu and Muslim. His efforts to unite the two religions were a success, bringing the fighting to a stop in Calcutta. Critics at the time referred to it as the Gandhi's miracle of Calcutta. There was still a war that broke out between the two religions in Pakistan, which led to the death of over 1 million people. Gandhi, once again demonstrating his leadership in order to advocate for truce, started his last fast. He terminated the fast once the leaders of both sides signed a treaty saying that they were then prepared to live in harmony. In recap, given the admirable lifestyle Gandhi showed the world, today we pay tribute to the great-souled one. Along with this deserved title, it is with great honor to see that the city of New York and the righteous of humanity throughout the world have dedicated monuments to Mohandas Karachman Gandhi. This is only 1 out of 46 within the U.S. that honor his lifestyle, his principles, and his dedication to peace. I know I'm not the only one to wish the world would be filled with more people like Gandhi. Please let us not only pay tribute to Gandhi himself today, but remember the things he told us, such as, you must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. It is our responsibility to make sure we are doing our part to keep the ocean clean. Let me conclude today with what I think was one of the most important messages Gandhi left to us, and that is, where there is love, there is life.